G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Remington Model 8. This is a highly customizable standalone rifle type weapon, can be modified to automatic and semi-automatic platforms, and has custom animations and sounds, which we'll get to in just a second. The animations are a little bit on the wonky side right now, but I've downloaded a mod to pretty much change my animations into something that the player doesn't usually use, so it works for the most part. There's a couple of hiccups here and there, but this mod is in early days, so it'll be fixed eventually. But taking a look at this thing first off, first we've got the receivers, and the most powerful receivers go up to advanced, and you can also have an automatic receiver of the advanced variety, and that's basically the only automatic one there is. Interesting. We'll go for an advanced auto receiver on this. This one will be just tuned to be used for, I guess, close quarters, as I say, chucking a long barrel into it, but, you know, increasing the range and also accuracy of the weapon will make it better at range, improve its performance. And for the sights, I'm going to go for a reflex sight, which is mounted along the side of the thing, because I'm pretty sure this thing's in Battlefield 1, so it's a blast from the past type weapon, but yeah, things are mounted on the side because I think normally you'd use stripper clips, just shove them in there or something. But this one you actually use magazines. You can have a muzzle, you can have a muzzle brake, a muzzle booster, which increases the fire rate, which is kind of interesting, or a shush tube. Don't know what that's all about, I would have called it a suppressor. Moving on, we've got a stock here. You can have a stock with a full stock, short one, a short stock with a pistol grip, or a full stock with a pistol grip. It'll increase your recoil control and better aim with scopes. Might be more useful on the sniper variant, but the Thompson look and grip on the front looks kind of cool, so I'll keep using that. And you can have a large magazine. Definitely want to chuck that on because it's only 15 rounds despite how big it is. If that was in a combat rifle, that'd be easily 40 rounds there, but I guess we're using 308, which you know, is the bullets aren't tiny, and you can change the ammo. So standard ammo is pretty damn decent, but you can have soft nose, which will give you better damage at the expense of recoil and a little bit of accuracy. Armor piercing ammo will do more damage against armored targets, but slightly less damage overall, so kind of like the armor piercing ammo from New Vegas, which you probably can't go wrong with. And the Duplex Ammo, which kind of just gives you 2-shot legendary effect, and it stacks with 2-shot as well, so if you want to fire 3 shots out of this thing, well, you can chuck that on with the 2-shot legendary effect. I'm thinking armor piercing is useful because New Vegas armor piercing was always good for punching through armor. And there's a legendary effect. If I wanted to make 2-shot and 2-shot happen, I could, but I wouldn't. I'm going to show you a little bit of restraint. And yep, here's our automatic one. I'm going to make a semi-auto one, and then we can get to shooting stuff. Okay, so here we are in Gunner's Plaza, and this is the Remington Model 8 in first person. Looks pretty good, holding onto the foregrip in first person. Very nice. Looking down the sights, it's going to take a while to get used to the reflex sight being mounted on the side, but I think it works pretty good. And moving over to my semi-auto one without that foregrip there, you hold onto it nicely. Unfortunately, foregrips don't really work well in third person. There's a little bit of clipping here and there with the fingers going through the gun, and sometimes a bit of hover handing with the foregrip without the Thompson thing, but yeah, the animations work, and she's holding her stance a little bit differently than normal because I've got the tactical animations, which basically give you NPC animations, and it makes it more tactical. But I saw some of the problems people had with this mod with the animations not working for the player set, so I've just chucked these animations on. It looks like Raine's really meaning business when she's shooting people. Yeah, you're taking casualties. So I'm using this with the auto receiver, sneak attack critting for a K damage, which is pretty good. We'll quickly take out these turrets before they give me even more screen shake. But this is the automatic variant, and it doesn't fire very fast. It's not very quick at all. But if you want to make this thing fire faster, what you can do is just use it in third person. And it's kind of a silly thing right here, but yeah, you can just get so much DPS. Normally, this thing has got the bullet damage to back up the slow fire rate. As you can tell there, very quick time to kill, even on very high difficulty. But yeah, there's no comparison to the type of DPS you can get using this thing in third person. So I think it's got something to do with the pipe gun animations, and you'll notice that there's bullets kind of where a back is. They shouldn't be there, and when I was using the player animations for this, it just reloaded like a pipe gun, so maybe it's got something to do with animations being misplaced. So this is the semi-auto one. You'll notice how it's pinpoint accurate, so as you know, when I've got something lined up in the crosshairs and if I shoot at it, it's gonna kill it, it's gonna hit there. Problem is with this, really is, I mean, apart from not being terribly realistic and balanced, there's a lot of recoil, so you can't really get away with just sniping people across the map, just no-scoping everyone. You kind of have to have a little bit of restraint to, you know, slow down, make your shots count and everything, because, like, you've only got the 15 rounds in a magazine, so spamming the trigger like this, I mean, it's going to work at close range, sure, but it's going to be a little bit harder to do. That legendary gun, I had 3 on them. 3 legendary items. But it's going to be a little bit hard to do. There's Captain Bridget. Kind of had to hold down or spam the trigger there just to make sure we out-damage her, which we managed to do, which is good. This has the muzzle booster on too, so not the suppressor. Possibly could be doing more damage with the suppressor, but I'm lacking the rate of fire on this thing. I feel like it's got hunting rifle recoil, because normally the hunting rifle would kick your crosshair up a little bit like that. Also works with sniper rank 2. You'll knock them down. Very, very useful for any fights with a thing that you can't finish in a few seconds. If you got an anti-material rifle, talk about compensating for something. Yeah, look at that thing. That's super long. Well, guess what? You've just been beaten by a gun that was around the First World War. Okay, it appears I am in Nerd Rage, which is basically where you want to be with this weapon, because you can get so much damage on your targets, and everything's in slow motion. It's super easy to hit everything, so, you know, if you do jet along with this thing, with its amazing hipfire accuracy, you could no-scope stuff for days. But yeah, there you have it, a little bit of an overview of this thing in Gunners Plaza. Let's go on and take some more things on. And I had to change the position of the camera too, so it's a little bit off-center than what it usually is. Okay, so the muzzles have been swapped on my weapons. The automatic one now has the muzzle booster, which will increase its rate of fire and range as compared to the suppressor, and the suppressor is now on the semi-auto version with a scope and a little sniper with the shush tube. So anyways, so there's a raider over there. We'll take that person out. I'm gonna have no problems taking these people out at all. And you'll notice again how the hipfire accuracy is completely pinpoint accurate, which kind of negates the reason to use a scope, but whatever. Also, noticing the sounds on this thing, it sounds like a deliverer, which when it's firing 308s, it feels like it needs a little bit more punch to that. Now, I'm not thinking to swap it over with the hunting rifle sound, although that would make sense to do that, but I'm thinking actually just have both of the sounds play at the same time, so it has that little pew sound from the deliverer, but also the big whack sound when you're using a suppressed hunting rifle firing the 308s. I feel like that'd be a cool compromise. You get the best of both worlds just then. Alright, so we'll keep on sniping these super mutants. When I do get detected, I'll switch over to my automatic variant and we'll see what we can do against these mutants. We can two-shot the bastards, which is good news because these guys are tanky. So dealing with these guys at an endgame level is kind of a chore. So I'm not going to be opposed to this thing absolutely being able to spank these super mutants. Just rip them a new one with the lovely sneak attack criticals that it can get. Alright, we'll scope a couple of these bastards out. Shouldn't be too much to worry about the mag size of this thing because, well, I'm not being shot at right now, so I can reload in peace. Couple of super mutants are alerted to my position now. Is that a baby one? That is indeed a baby. And you're in caution. Alright, let's switch over to the automatic one, see what we can do with this, eh? Not having marsupial, it's kind of throwing me off here. Anyways, so as you can tell, the rate of fire is a lot higher now, and the recoil is kind of there to match, so basically limiting this to more of a close quarters playstyle now that the recoil is like a combat shotgun, and it's quite strong. Now, I'm not sure if the recoil on this weapon was designed to be more realistic to what it... Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Okay. Redraw. Not sure if this weapon was supposed to be designed to have more realistic recoil, but in terms of gameplay, I mean, it's a decent sort of drawback to this weapon, because otherwise if it had barely any recoil it'd be overpowered. So, you know, I'm actually liking the design direction of this weapon, that's for sure. So there's Gerald over there. We get another fucking lag spike because my SDD is full at 76, but like I was doing before, if I get detected, I'm going to go straight over to my automatic, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem seeing as Gerald can't see Raine. I guess it's because she's wearing the black clothes that makes her sneaky, right? I've got a plan if I do get hit too, because I think he can one-shot me at this point, but that's not going to be too much of a problem. Alright, time to use this thing in VATS, shall we? Because I've been kind of putting that off, so you first, you, and then everything else is an immediate critical. Okay, that's all I have apparently. Nice. Ooh, Jesus, okay. We didn't get too much of the targets that I actually wanted to kill there, so I might just go ahead and VATS crit all of these guys, but yeah, it's really quick in VATS. Look at all that damage that I'm getting out of it, and you'll notice how there's like barely any AP being used for this too, so if the recoil is a little bit too much for you, you could just use it in VATS and then recoil is never a problem. So there's a thought. But anyways, we're done here. I'm going to go take on one more monster. I'll chuck the shush tube back on the automatic one, and then we'll cut another monster down to size. Okay, so it's been a long time since I've shot at this giant bear, but bears are annoying in these games, so I'm going to whoop his ass for all bear kind. So I've got the Duplex Ammo, which is the 2-shot stuff, and oh my god, okay. This might be over very quickly. If the game would let me do this. Wow, I've actually maxed out my VATS hits before I did anything. I guess... Oh, wow. Bullets are going everywhere. Okay, maybe there's more than 2 projectiles going around. There's a lot of It's not accurate. I'm gonna just do some criticals, I think. Wow, even the criticals miss. That's how many bullets are going around. I was not prepared for this at all. Now, he's a big target. I don't think he'll be easy to miss, so once he gets closer, no excuses for missing, Raine. There we go. He's gone ahead and done his mutation, and now I am concerned for my health. Okay, maybe not. We probably don't have to worry about him too much then. His friends, however, have the tendency to stagger you, unless you're wearing pneumatic armor. Okay, that kind of works. Okay, you can just float up there, that's fine. I'm gonna kill your friends, and then all of my following shots will be criticals on you. Alright, time to sit back and watch the show, I guess. Okay, I didn't kill all of them, but might kill that one later, just so, maybe Grim Reaper Sprint will activate. That is a giant bear. That is big. Like, his head is bigger than Raine is. That's scary. Look at all the numbers flying off. I think it's 3 shots per bullet. So maybe I was a little bit wrong. Look at that. So I feel like we're in good shape now. This is like major crit spamming. If you got this many crits back to back in Fallout 76, oh mate. I should probably put my hands back on the controls now because this ain't gonna last forever, and I might get myself in a world of hurt because he's mutated. Is he going for a bite or is he screaming? He's cursing VATS protection. You know what? Oh, there he goes. Yeah, I've leveled up now. Do your worst, bear. Energy shields are holding nicely. If a bear hits you and all you can come up with is an ugh, it can't be hurting very much. Anyway, okay, so it appears that I have severely underestimated the... Ooh, unyielding. Nice. Yeah, it appears that I have underestimated or overestimated the bears. Basically, Fallout 76 is bear propaganda. Don't believe that shit. They're really cuddly teddy bears that only want to give you hugs. See? No blood, no claw marks, no anything. I told you they were covered in energy shields. Anyway, so, if you'd like to see this weapon in your game, check out the link in the description. Again, it is early days for this thing, so improvements will come due to time. Tactical is a good bloke, so he knows what he's doing. He'll figure it out. Okay, he wasn't kidding when he said this isn't accurate. But yep. If there's a console port, I'm sure he'll let you know. Maybe it's on his mod page. If there is a console port of this, I'll be sure to leave that in the link in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys.